It is easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to get permission. This was the motto of Grace Hopper, a Navy Admiral who waged war on the phrase, "But we've always done it this way." She taught computers how to speak our language, but first, she had to teach people how to think. In 1947, a massive computer called the Mark I ground to a halt. The problem wasn't in the code, it was physical. Grace Hopper's team searched the machine's miles of wiring and found the culprit wedged in a relay. A moth. They taped it into their logbook, noting it was the first actual case of bug being found. For Hopper, this was a perfect metaphor. The barriers between human intention and machine execution were real, and she would spend her life removing them. Her guiding question was simple: why can't we just talk to our machines? In the early days, programming was a nightmare of numbers and symbols. Hopper saw this as a barrier. She believed machines should learn our language, not the other way around. So, against the advice of experts, she built the first compiler program that translated English-like words into machine code. This invention made technology accessible to everyone. The lesson is timeless. The most effective leaders don't just command. They translate complex ideas into simple, understandable terms. Grace Hopper's philosophy was captured in a naval metaphor. A ship in port is safe. But that is not what ships are built for. The safe port was the status quo, the resistance she met at every turn. Her strategy was to act first and ask for forgiveness later, knowing that waiting for permission meant the ship would never sail. Her lesson is that true innovation requires leaving that safe harbor. It's about building the proof, not just arguing the theory. Later in her career, Hopper taught philosophy using a piece of wire just under a foot long. This, she'd say, is a nanosecond, the distance light travels in a billionth of a second. She made an abstract concept tangible. She showed that time and speed have a physical cost. Her lesson was to make the invisible visible. Once you understand the real-world constraints you work within, you will never waste a moment again. Grace Hopper was a translator, a rebel, and a teacher. She debugged our future, fighting to make technology serve humanity. Her life proves that a curious mind and a defiant spirit can change the world. She left us with one final piece of wisdom. You don't manage people, you manage things. You lead people. The question she leaves for us is, what new harbor will you dare to leave?